Here are 10 famous quotes from ancient Greek philosophers about managing emotions and maintaining a positive mindset. 1. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca's quote highlights the power of the mind in creating unnecessary suffering. He suggests that much of the pain we experience comes not from external events, but from our anticipation, fear, and imagination of what might happen. This insight from Stoic philosophy teaches that worrying about the future or imagining worst-case scenarios often causes more distress than the actual events themselves. Seneca invites us to recognize the gap between our perceptions and reality, urging us to confront challenges with a clearer, more rational mind. By staying grounded in the present and dealing with problems as they arise, we can avoid creating undue emotional suffering. It is a reminder to focus on reality rather than becoming overwhelmed by imagined fears. 2. Do not let your desires dominate your reason. Cicero emphasizes the importance of rational control over desires. While desires are natural, they can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive actions that are not in our best interest. Reason, in contrast, allows for measured decision-making and thoughtful reflection, guiding us toward long-term well-being rather than short-term gratification. Cicero's message is a call for self-discipline, suggesting that true wisdom lies in aligning actions with reason rather than being led astray by unchecked desires. When desires dominate, they can distort our values and priorities, leading to harm or regret. Cicero's philosophy encourages individuals to cultivate self-control and make decisions based on thoughtful reasoning to live a balanced and virtuous life. 3. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Aristotle asserts that happiness is something we create through our actions and choices, rather than something we passively receive. This reflects his broader philosophy that happiness, or eudaimonia, is achieved by living a life of virtue and purpose. External circumstances, while influential, do not determine our happiness as much as our inner state and moral conduct. Aristotle encourages us to take responsibility for our own happiness by living ethically, developing our character, and seeking fulfillment through meaningful activities. This quote teaches that happiness is a result of self-mastery and alignment with one's values, rather than external success or pleasure. It empowers individuals to focus on what they can control, their own actions and mindset. 4. Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. Epictetus's quote reflects a core principle of Stoicism. It is not external events that cause us distress, but our interpretations of them. This idea suggests that by changing our perspective, we can change our emotional response to situations. External events are often beyond our control, but how we perceive and react to them is within our power. Epictetus teaches that suffering arises from our judgments, and that by cultivating a rational and detached mindset, we can maintain inner peace. This philosophy encourages resilience, reminding us that our mental attitude shapes our experience of the world. It invites us to challenge negative thoughts and adopt a more balanced perspective to navigate life's challenges with greater emotional stability. 5. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This quote from Epictetus emphasizes the Stoic idea that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions. Life is full of challenges, but it is our response that defines the impact they have on us. Epictetus encourages emotional resilience and personal responsibility, teaching that by maintaining a calm and rational mindset, we can navigate difficulties without being overwhelmed. This perspective empowers individuals to focus on their own behavior and mindset rather than trying to change uncontrollable circumstances. By controlling our reactions, we gain mastery over our emotions and reduce unnecessary suffering. The quote encourages a proactive approach to life's challenges, emphasizing that inner strength lies in our ability to manage our responses. 6. The only way to happiness is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Epictetus advises that happiness comes from focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Worrying about things outside our influence, such as other people's actions or uncontrollable events, only leads to frustration and distress. By accepting that we can only control our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety and emotional turmoil. This Stoic principle promotes peace of mind, teaching that happiness comes from within and is tied to our ability to live in accordance with our values rather than external outcomes. It encourages us to cultivate inner peace by focusing on our own choices and relinquishing attachment to things beyond our control. 7. He who reigns within himself and rules passions, desires, and fears is more than a king. Seneca asserts that true power comes from self-mastery rather than external authority. A person who can control their emotions, desires, and fears possesses a strength that surpasses even that of a king. This Stoic idea places inner governance above material or political power, suggesting that self-control and emotional regulation are the keys to a fulfilling and resilient life. By reigning over oneself, an individual achieves freedom from the turmoil of uncontrolled emotions and impulses. Seneca emphasizes that personal strength and wisdom come from within, and those who master themselves can navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. The quote promotes the idea that true leadership and greatness lie in self-discipline and emotional intelligence. 8. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Marcus Aurelius advocates for compassion toward others while maintaining high standards for oneself. This reflects the Stoic belief in self-discipline and personal responsibility, balanced by empathy and understanding for the imperfections of others. By being strict with oneself, one strives for moral and intellectual excellence, but tolerance toward others acknowledges that people are fallible and often act out of ignorance or circumstance. This dual approach promotes humility, recognizing that while we can control our own actions and choices, we must show patience and kindness to others who are on their own journey. The quote encourages personal growth while fostering a sense of community and understanding. 9. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the Stoic principle that true power lies in controlling one's own mind rather than external circumstances. We cannot dictate what happens in the world, but we can control our thoughts, attitudes, and responses to these events. This realization empowers individuals to focus on their internal state, cultivating resilience and emotional strength. By shifting our attention from trying to control external factors to mastering our own minds, we gain peace and clarity. Marcus Aurelius encourages self-awareness and mental discipline as the path to personal empowerment and fulfillment. The quote serves as a reminder that strength comes from within, and true freedom is the ability to govern one's thoughts and emotions. 10. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Epictetus emphasizes that overcoming challenges brings a sense of accomplishment and personal growth. The more difficult a task or situation, the more rewarding the success when it is finally achieved. This quote reflects the idea that adversity can be a catalyst for growth, testing our character and resilience. Epictetus suggests that facing difficulties head-on allows individuals to develop strength, wisdom, and confidence. The quote encourages perseverance, implying that the most meaningful achievements are those that require effort and determination. It highlights the intrinsic value of overcoming obstacles, as each challenge we surmount adds to our sense of self-worth and personal glory. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed exploring these powerful quotes from ancient Greek philosophers, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on new uploads. Let's continue learning and growing together.